Very excited, everyone is here. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to the Classic. How's everyone going tonight? What I like to do before a comedy show is make sure that the crowd is suffering from mild indifference, and boy, we've really knocked that out of the park tonight. Fantastic.
Having a dedicated comedy club is something that not a lot of cities in the world can claim they have. They have comedy nights, but having an iconic venue that is dedicated just to comedy is a rare treat.
And if you need a gigolo, mate, I'll find that for you too. It's the most important venue in New Zealand by far. I mean, New Zealand, it's the most established, it's the only established full-time venue New Zealand's ever had, but it's still going in 20 years. Now there's so many more comics. It's a great room to play. Like, I've performed in a lot of rooms around the world. The thing I like the most about the Classic is it's an honest room. You know, if you're going well at the Classic and you're doing well here and you're getting good gigs, people know about it, people hear about it. It's kind of, for me, it's the heartbeat of New Zealand comedy.
We'd travelled overseas and I'd seen that a lot of good clubs and venues are often made out of old cinemas and old churches and things like that. And I was aware of the Classic Cinema, which was here at this stage. At that stage was an adult cinema, porn cinema.
We did an exorcism just to get the ooh out, because as Cal said, up until that point, as a porn cinema, women had only really been allowed to use vowels. In here, and we needed to make it a space where women were allowed to actually say whole words and sentences.
Guys, I am so sorry for having a comedy show in the middle of your conversation. That is so rude of me. It's her that's the problem. Okay. Okay, and sleep.
So I was here last night emceeing the show, introducing comedians who weren't born when we opened this club. They've grown up watching live comedy. We didn't. We might have had a George Carlin LP and a Bill Hicks cassette, but we'd never seen live comedy. We were making it up as we went along. If the Classic wasn't here, I don't think we would have 7 Days, or we wouldn't have had pulp comedy. It's because we had somewhere to come and learn our craft and support each other and develop the skills that all of that exists. There wouldn't be a comedy festival if it wasn't for this club either.
The terrible thing is, the material that I developed on this stage probably 15 years ago, I'm still selling to corporates today. I haven't it hasn't even changed. It's the same. Coming down those stairs is great, you know. I don't know if anyone's talked about that moment where you're up in that little green room and you come down those stairs and you're waiting for your name to be called out. You know, it's nice. It's like you're descending down into the pit, and you're going to come into the fray.
Please put your hands together. Welcome to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen.
But by the end of it, I did end up losing half the house. You know what I mean? We all out here, we all know how it works. Baby, no baby. Yeah.
Well, the thing about a comedy club is that this is a place where people feel safer coming to. They're coming to a place that supposedly knows what it's doing. So when they come into this room, they're probably prepared to laugh at a lot more than if they were at somewhere else entirely. And of course, there's a shared experience in the room. So quite often you can see the comedians here can push it to the edge.
So I moved up here, and this place literally became my home. You'd earn $50 You'd get cheap beer, you'd buy it, you'd get inspired with ideas of talking to people, thinking of what your next show with your Reese Darby's and your Flight of the Conchords, and seeing people come here, not only Kiwis who've got big, but out-of-town comics, who this was the only comedy club. So people like, Robin Williams would come in when he was in town. These huge names you'd rub shoulders with, and you're like, yeah, I'm a professional comic, mate. I earn $20 and just spend it on beer.
Give you applause, guys. The Alex and Jerry. Please welcome to the stage. One and only, the show.
Ladies, I don't know if men do. From the morning, 50-day potato. Neck off.
For me, Scott, he's your father figure who has created an extremely unique environment here. And I personally put the whole success of the Classic down to him.
Of course, people are saying, well, how longer will I stay in the business? And I go, oh, well, I've enjoyed the first 20. I maybe have another 10 or 20 in me. But I'm hoping the place will stick around for as long as possible. One day we might be able to really claim heritage status.
Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, we're up to your final comedian for the night. Are you ready for it? Yes, you up for it? You still got something live for you on a Thursday night? Come on! Yeah! You're going to appreciate this next guy because he's got a beautiful face full of hair. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome